And guess what her response was? I didn't want my boyfriend to find out that I was up here fucking you. Because he finna come home. So she tried to set the scene up like I forced myself, right? Because he thought I was going to go around and tell everybody that me and her was fucking. And her boyfriend, mind you, her boyfriend beats her ass. That's why he was in jail in the first place. She didn't want her nigga to find out why he was in jail. She up here fucking niggas. And I'm not the only one she was fucking. That's why y'all don't see me book. And I guarantee, she talking about delete the video. I said, you don't lost your goddamn mind. I still got that video even to this day. And I think that was in 2020. I think that was around like September 2020. And I went live on Facebook. I said, that's when I was going live on Facebook. I made a video on how the bitch, like, hold on, I'm gonna play it right now. I'm telling you what God love. Y'all been thinking nigga bullshitting. I don't be having shit to hide. I don't be having shit to hide. Man, people be wanting to see you dead. Oh, everybody, they was slightly like jealous of me anyway. So that's all they needed. Ooh, they wanted that to be. Ooh, they wanted that to be worse than what it was. Boy, my video saved my life. If it wasn't for me recording shit, when people always tell me, dog, man, stop recording. Fuck that. If I would never record, I'd probably been booked. And nobody would never believe me. I would have never been believed. Even if they would have believed a little bit, they wouldn't have believed my story totality. They would have not believed my story in totality. Especially if the bitch cried. They would not believe me. Nobody in the channel, not even my own family. They would have never believed me. No. If it wasn't for my fucking recording. That's why when I get some ass, I make sure I record. Every time I record, I don't show nobody. First off, I don't like showing people when I get in some pussy, no way. Because first off, they gonna want to fuck.
We back.
They gonna want to fuck you, bitch. I like to be sneaky. I like to be sneaky. A lot of people say I'm sneaky. I like to be, keep my shit low. I don't tell everybody when I done fuck something. I think that's on the wrong page. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. Why you think I'm here today? And that's been 4 or 5 years ago. And I was seeing her every day. Even her family. Because her family at first, they from Chirac. They thought they finna have one. They was like, man, dog, you just lied on this man. We was coming down there. They was plotting on to jump me. I had to bring my people up here. And then when they found out she lied, they were like, man, dog, you finna send us off like that? Straight finna send them off. Well, I wonder if we would have got to a shootout, because it would have been a shootout. It wouldn't have been no, you just coming and fucking me up and y'all ain't gonna die. Hell no. Oh, a bitch lie. Oh, your people's lying. Total bold-faced lie. I was so grateful that I recorded. Y'all just don't know. I pushed record before she even got into bed. Shout out to my intuition. A gut feeling is when you go. I learned this. I learned about following my first mind from being into shit. When my mind say record, motherfucker, I'm finna record. I follows my first mind. Your first mind will save your life. I'm trying to tell you what God love. What up, y'all? Let me know my. These are my old lives. He tried to get me up out of here. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. So I know women be lying. And with the crying, they got the recipe, boy, when they lie too. They go with them tears. Then other women start participating and lying right along with them. And thank God for my fucking my videos. I got the video, hold on. I went live about it. I think it's on my other page, hold on. I got to show you this. So this me talking about it now ain't something new. I've been talking about it. Cause I want my niggas out there to know. I've been keeping it thorough. I want my niggas to know. Be careful out here. These bitches will set you up, record. That's what saved my fucking life. Cause if I would have never recorded, none one of them motherfuckers would have been none one of them motherfuckers would have believed me. Or if they believe a little bit, they probably never believe all of it.
Peace, love, and understanding. This is Amandel, YouTube, and 967A. Just cleared up these technical difficulties, man. So, I don't know. I think we back. Not in full act, though. You know, slow and steady wins the race, man. Got a lot of editing to do then. Now that I see what the problem is. So, a lot of editing to do, but we just chilling, man. Still just chilling, seeing what the vibes is. Just keeping it.
Have you ever been in a cold plunge? Recently, we attended a fitness event in Jacksonville, Florida to give hundreds of people the chance to try our latest customizable.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Guys, police officers are people too. They make mistakes. They have losses, but this loss is pretty interesting. And of course, we're dealing with a female police officer, Elisa Baraterovich. I know I'm messing up the name. She's looks like a fitness model, bodybuilder. The lady is attractive, okay? From what I've seen in other pictures, we can't really post them because of YouTube's nudity policy. But oh yeah, if you go and look, she's working with something, all right? But she seems to be quite the risk taker. She joins the police force to stop crime. That's right, because crime must be stopped. But I guess while you're trying to stop crime, you might as well start getting involved with other police officers. And that's exactly what she did when she joined the force. She got involved with Lieutenant Mark Rivera. She was there. Who the clapping sounds? You know, it was clapping it up, and I guess it must not have been that good because after they clapped it up, she was like, no, I just don't really like dealing with police officers. Yeah, now let me go ahead on and deal with just drug dealers. So she is a police officer, all right, who is screwing a drug dealer. She's actually a part of the Bronx robbery squad. Okay?
Not the Bronx.
The guy gets pulled over. So, they're searching his car, all of this. What does she try to do? She tries to stop the procedure from being searched. That's what she's trying to do. So, she's making $115,000 a year.
That's what she does.
Trying to protect her drug dealing boyfriend. What did it get her? Suspended from work for like 30 days, something like that. Okay? Now, all right, no problem.
Round of
She's
applause.
suffering from there. All is might be well. She didn't necessarily get fired, which she should have gotten fired, but that wasn't, so much of a big deal, right? Well, here's what happened now. She's now suing the police department for something different. This officer is now saying, because she's 34 now, that, you know what, a topless image of me is going around the police department, right? And it traveled throughout the department during her suspension. So now she's saying, like, this is some level of revenge porn or something like that, and what have you. Here's what I'm gonna talk about, right? Because she was dating a guy in the office. She shared the picture with him. Now that she is off duty, the picture came up. She wants to sue the department again. I don't know who did it. What I want to say, guys, never ever have any sort of relationship with anybody that you work with. Number one, okay? Because let me tell you this photo is circulating now. Who knows what happened? And this guy that she had dealt with before, this Mark Rivera, he could easily be fired because of this. It had nothing to do with it. Because now she's saying, oh, wow, I gave the picture to this guy. Well, why is it all of a sudden circulating now that you're suspended? So, do you understand how dangerous stuff is? This is something that the lady has largely gotten herself involved with. First of all, you're a police officer. You shouldn't even be sleeping with anybody at the job. You're over there getting your Fannie Willis on. So now you're getting your Fannie Willis on. You're getting clapped up. Then you go out there, and then you get with the dude that's an alleged drug dealer. Why they haven't fired you right now, I don't know. So now, let's look at the lawsuit. Sue the police department for a photo allegedly circulating that you put out there to the public. And again, yes, there is such a thing as revenge porn and it should not happen, right? We get that. And you should never share people's pictures of them without their consent. I'm telling God, a lot of guys do that. A lot of guys show other ladies' pictures and stuff that you're dealing with, or, you
Just despicable. Shame.
send them out and all that stuff. It's just bad news. If it comes back to you, that is revenge porn. Remember, this boy, Nature Boy, just got life in prison for that. Life in prison. First, he rejected a plea of 7 years, then 30 years, then went to the trial. He got life. So guys gotta not mess around with that. It is
Heard it was life plus 10 years. How they do that?
not a game. Okay? And these ladies like this that are going around dealing with dudes at work, dealing with crazy dudes off work, this is the kind of chick you don't want to be messing with, bro. I'm telling you. A lot of men got to look at the red flags of troublemakers, and you just got to be like, yeah, she don't got what it take, bro. Yeah, nah, I think I'll be cool, even though she be flirting with me and everything like that. Because I'm glad I'm ugly, because I never really had to worry about flirting. But, it happens, bro. These situations can ruin your life. And you talking about this is how you eat? You talking about this is how you get your money? And you're going to let somebody mess your money up like this? And somebody who is this careless is going to ruin her own life as it is. Now she's going to come back and try to say, well, I want to sue the department. Well, you shouldn't even really be in the department. They should have fired you, okay? This is revenge. Now, if that's really true, they shouldn't do that still, right? But this is how this guy, Mark Rivera, because she gonna say, well, Kelvin Hernandez, he didn't put the picture out there. He don't work for the department. Hey, can't nobody prove how it happened. So So I'm trying to tell you, man, y'all gotta watch the chicks that y'all work with. Watch them, be very respectful toward them. You know what I'm saying? You getting your money, don't mess your money up. Listen to what I'm telling you. Do not mess your money up just for some booty. Don't do it, brother. I know a cat, man. This is a true story. I used to work for a real big company, man.
Oh, yeah.
And the dude's name was Sheldon. I'm only gonna say his last name. Dude's name was Sheldon, man. And he got fired for sending an explicit text message to a chick that was like, he kind of reminded me of how Lizzo looks, you know, kind of a BBW type of chick. Chick took the message over to Human Resources. Now, after sending that message, right, this chick was trying to get me to clap cheeks.
What?
Like, she was harassing your boy and another guy on the team. Now, we didn't go and turn her in because, you know, we wasn't like that, man, but that's how it is. They'll come and they'll turn you in and turn right around and dust somebody else off right away. And then your ass will be the one sitting there losing all your stuff, messing around with them behind them. You know what I mean? So it's so many opportunities for you to deal with somebody that don't work where you work. It's a lot of women out here, bruh. It's a lot of ladies in the world. A lot. However you want them. Light, dark, black.
Not even gonna talk about the ladies in the world with this one, man. You know what we gonna talk about? You know what we gonna talk about, man? Yo, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Sheesh. I'm just gonna cool out like this. I'm gonna cool out like this, like the news tell it. I don't wanna say it. I don't even wanna talk about it. I don't even wanna talk about it. I don't even wanna say nothing.
Just for the record, so we got a moissanite chain and a diamond chain right here, okay? So let's take...
Police say it all started with a traffic stop and ended with the officer getting shot in the torso below his bulletproof vest.
All right, we have Fox 5 live team coverage tonight.
Kendall Green is live at the scene in Far Rockaway, but let's start with Linda Schmidt at Jamaica Hospital, where the officer was taken and where officials just gave an update. Linda.
Good evening, first of all, to both of you. This is gut-wrenching. Another New York City police officer has lost his life. A young cop, just 31 years old. You can see police officers gathered out in front of Jamaica.
31 years old.
Hospital here. There are also dozens and dozens more officers around the block on the side here to the hospital. They are in mourning tonight. And police also telling us the two suspects involved with this shooting, both of them have prior arrests. The driver of the car has at least one prior arrest for guns. In fact, he has a gun arrest from a year ago in April of 2023. That was just 1 year ago. The officer who sadly lost his life tonight is Jonathan Diller, a 31-year-old. He is married. He was with his he's pretty.
So, what we doing when we doing to that? That's me or Fox News. So I'm trying to find out.
This 5:45, broad daylight. What they had done was they approached this car that was illegally stopped at a bus stop. That's when the driver was sitting in the driver's side. The passenger, though, jumped out, and he is the one, police say, fired at Officer Diller, hitting him in the stomach, the bullet entering underneath his vest.
Aww. Aww. You see how Fox News tried to make it sound? Damn, man, that's some fucked up shit. It's like he wasn't trying to pull the passenger out the side or nothing. After asking him to get out the vehicle multiple times, the dude just jumped out and started shooting all crazy, right? Oh, dang, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The mayor here tonight, the emotion that was coming out of everybody speaking at this news conference just a short time ago, the mayor saying the city is in mourning that, quote, we have lost a son.
It is the good guys against the bad guys. And these bad guys are violent. They carry guns. And the symbol of our public safety, which is that police uniform, they have a total disregard for.
And we're here far too many times. This is a difficult moment. There'll be plenty of time for anger, grief, and for processing pain. But right now, our prayers are with our fallen officer's family.
He was given a lawful order numerous times to step out of the car. He refused. And when the officers took him out of the car, stepping out of the car, he shot.
Officers took him out of the car now? I thought, Chief, the news is saying he jumped out. What's going on? So officers took him out of the car, okay.
Our officer.
These attacks on New York City police officers have to end right now.
All right, that's enough. I think you got the gist. Queens got one. Land of the corny bitches, y'all got one. I heard that joint and made me want to play The Bridge Is Over, because it's all about. Let me see if I could get the actual news report so we could disseminate some stuff. Queens officer shot. The bridge is over. New York Post. A 31-year-old NYPD cop was shot and killed by a career criminal during a traffic stop in Queens on Monday evening in a senseless act of violence. Officials and law enforcement sources said Officer Jonathan Diller, a married father of a 1-year-old boy, was shot in the stomach, the gut. You know, you get shot in the tummy, all that bile spill out. Oh, nasty work, nasty work. After police tried to remove the suspect, identified as 34-year-old Guy Rivera. Man, don't even sound like he been here for 3 months. Got hit up by an immigrant, bro. Messed with the guy from the passenger seat of the car near 1919 Mott Avenue, Far Rockaway. Heard Far Rockaway, man. Damn. I'm not playing. Them niggas not playing over there, man. Them niggas let you have it. Stop playing with the boys. Stop playing with the boys out there for a rock, man. Them boys sound like they angry. According to NYPD and sources, Diller, who had 3 years on the force, fell to the ground and screamed that he had been hit after the suspect opened fire, according to witness Theon Peters. He was moving. He was saying, I'm hit, giving location and all that, Peters said. Like he was crying. Like he was really crying. Diller was rushed to Jamaica Hospital in critical condition. Yeah, that critical condition shit, man. Right there under the Kevlar. Oh. What are the chances? What a twist. And where he was later pronounced dead, tonight the city lost a hero. A wife lost her husband, and a son, a young child lost their father. Damn. That shit is fucked up, right? That shit fucked up. Commissioner Edward Coban wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter, "We struggle to find the words to express the tragedy of losing one of our own. The work that the police officer Jonathan Tiller did each day to make this city a safer place will never be forgotten. Our prayers are with his family, loved ones, and brothers and sisters in blue. Balls." Oh, man. Dang. Psst. It's like people shouldn't be cops or something like that. Dang. Well, you live and you learn, you know. You gotta get it out the mud, you know what I'm saying? All that good shit.
The truth is, many kids grow up idolizing their favorite artists, praying that one day they can get signed to and become successful artists. With a life that seems to come prepackaged with fame, money, and women, most artists can only dream of getting their music to record labels. And how could you blame them? Not many people would turn down an opportunity that could...
About $1 million. What we doing?
Nickelodeon was kid everything, but that marked one of the darkest chapters. These are 3 predators who worked at Nickelodeon.
It made me wonder who was being hurt.
Have you ever told your story publicly before?
Quiet on Set, an ID true crime event, Sunday, March 17th at 9 on ID.
On ID?
For centuries, civilizations have stared into the skies at its mysteries in amazement. One celestial phenomenon ancient civilizations were obsessed with was the solar eclipse. Many in the past have tried to make sense of all its wonders, trying to explain its meaning. A tradition that has lived on for centuries as to this very day, staring at the stars looking for a deeper meaning, is still being practiced. In fact, many people are getting ready to do just that on April 8th. Stare at the sky and witness the transformation of the bright sun become a dark void, what we call a solar eclipse. While the world is awaiting the upcoming total solar eclipse, I believe it's important we look at what the past civilizations believed the eclipse represented. In almost all ancient worlds, the eclipse represented something that they dreaded, a pending doom. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be talking about the total solar eclipse on April 8th. Let's get right into it. For the last few days, people have been excited about this total solar eclipse. The eclipse is expected to appear in the sky on April 8th, starting in Mexico, making its way through the US, and ending in Canada. It is being reported that the eclipse is expected to darken the skies in the areas it's passing through during the middle of the day. According to NASA, a total solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the sun and Earth, completely blocking the face of the sun. The sky will darken as if it were dawn or dusk. This total eclipse is seen as a very special one by those in the astronomy community, due to the fact that the world won't see another one for at least 2 decades. According to astronomers, the next total solar eclipse won't happen again until 2044. While most people can't wait for April 8th, others online are concerned about the eclipse for a strange reason. On April 8th, people really aren't expecting much out of the ordinary, besides the fact that the skies will turn black for a few minutes. Or so they thought, as according to many state emergency officials, they are expecting areas to be affected severely by the eclipse, believing something catastrophic could happen. According to Fox News, several states and some Texas counties that will be in the path of totality during the April solar eclipse have issued warnings and a state of emergency ahead of the event. They are advising citizens in Texas, Oklahoma, Ohio, Indiana, and New York to either shelter in place during the eclipse or in some states to stock up on emergency supplies, food, and water. They're also warning about the possibility of loss of cell service, power, and other possible interruptions. Many are finding this all too strange as to why emergency officials are declaring a state of emergency over a solar eclipse. Even FEMA are sending out disasters assistant notices for April 8th.
So I stopped into work to get a 15-piece nugget, and there's this on the front desk. FEMA has stopped by to give us a disaster assistance notice with the deadline of April 8th. That's strange. That's the same day as the solar eclipse, and everyone's freaking out about it.
And also, it's being reported that even the National Guard is going to be deployed in response to the solar eclipse.
Also new at 5, we are less than a month away from a total solar eclipse, and now the National Guard is being called in to help with all the extra tourists. McCurtain County requested the help as thousands of people are expected to flood into southeastern Oklahoma to see that eclipse. Officials in McCurtain County, with a population of 30,000, expect upwards of 100,000 people to visit, which could put an obvious strain on resources. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol and Choctaw Nation are also helping prepare. It'll be a busy time for sure.
Boy, it is.
Why are they warning people to get out and get supplies or to shelter in place if it's only supposed to darken the sky? These precautions emergency officials are recommending don't match those made during previous total solar eclipses. If we look at the tips given to prepare for the eclipse that was expected back in 2017, we see a whole different set of recommendations. All they recommended was that people kept their headlights on, put the sun visor down to block the view, do not wear the eclipse glasses while driving, and do not try to photograph or video the eclipse. They also recommended that the people exit the roadway and park in a safe area to view the eclipse. While this year, they are declaring a full-on state of emergency, telling people to grab emergency supplies like they're expecting something crazy to happen. This is simply not adding up to me and to many others. If we listen to this news clip from a Texas station that asks an emergency official about why they made the declaration, he claims it was declared a state of emergency to be prepared in case of a pending emergency.
The unknowns, not knowing how many people are coming, we could exhaust our resources really quick.
We are counting down to the total eclipse now less than a month away. Kendall County, the latest, issued a disaster declaration ahead of next month's total eclipse. At least 3 other counties in central Texas, along with the Hill Country, that are in the path of totality have already issued disaster declarations, include Bell County, Travis County, and Kirk County. While we are familiar with what a disaster declaration means for wildfire, maybe even severe weather, what do they mean when it comes to an eclipse? Is where San Antonio's Stephanie Esquivel is getting answers tonight from local officials.
Issuing a disaster declaration ahead of next month's eclipse is a proactive measure Kendall County officials are taking to ensure enough resources are available in case of emergency.
We're not going to be able to rely on our regular mutual aid partners because they're coming from counties that are experiencing the same issues we are. So it just gives us a little bit better avenue to reach out for the state for additional resources or supplies or things like that should we need them.
Emergency Management Coordinator for Kendall County, Jeff Binks, says he wants to be prepared for any emergency that could arise.
Just what emergency are they expecting a solar eclipse to cause? Well, if we go back to ancient times, many pagan civilizations used to look at solar eclipses as a sign of pending doom. They believed that the eclipse was a symbol of the end times and that with its presence, great disasters would occur. These ancient pagan civilizations would perform rituals and sacrifices to the gods in response to the eclipse as they believed there was a sign from them, while other ancient civilizations saw the eclipse as a symbol of the planet going through a death and rebirth. This is what occultists to this day use an eclipse to represent. They perform special rituals for these occasions that could only be done under a solar eclipse. So April 8th is a day that will be well anticipated by occultists. Even in the Bible, it speaks of disasters following what seems to be a solar eclipse. In the Bible, it speaks of prophecies that are fulfilled by the presence of a total solar eclipse. In Acts 2:20, it states the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord. Many have interpreted this verse to be speaking about an eclipse being a sign of the second coming of Yeshua, or what most people know him by, Jesus Christ. We also see an interesting verse in Luke 21:25. There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. On the earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. What greater sign in the sky than a total solar eclipse? Something else that people are pointing out is that the total solar eclipse is set to pass over 2 U.S. cities named Nineveh. Nineveh is actually a biblical name of a great fallen city that was full of wickedness. In the story of Jonah in the Bible, it speaks about the Lord appearing onto a man named Jonah. God ordered Jonah to travel to the great fallen city of Nineveh to preach against their sin. God wanted Jonah to tell the people of Nineveh who were worshiping false gods and sinning to repent for their sins. If not, he would destroy their great city. This total solar eclipse is set to pass over two cities that are named Nineveh, one in the state of Indiana and another in the state of Ohio. What's even more interesting about this is that in the Bible, it speaks of Christ declaring the sign of Jonah being a symbol of his return, stating in Matthew 12:39, "Then some of the scribes and Pharisees told Jesus, 'Teacher, we want to see a sign from you.' But he replied to them, 'An evil and adulterous generation craves a sign, yet no sign will be given to except the sign of the prophet Jonah. Because just as Jonah was in the stomach of the sea creature for 3 days and 3 nights, so the Son of Man will be in the heart of earth for 3 days and 3 nights.'" Considering that Christ makes it clear that in the time of his return, we will see the sign of the prophet Jonah, some people believe that the fact that the total solar eclipse is passing over these U.S. cities called Nineveh, and it will consume the moon and the sun, could indicate this being a biblical prophecy coming to fruition, a sign that something biblical is coming. Many people will agree that we're living in very evil and adulterous times. Many people have abandoned God and refused to believe him off solely faith, demanding that he appears to them in order to believe. Add these biblical coincidences with the odd responses from emergency officials, and you will start to understand why people are concerned. With what I know about the occult, I know the significance of the eclipse. The Masons often use the eclipse as a representation of the death and rebirth of the world. Most of you should be aware of the Masonic goal of a new world order. In order for a new world order to be born, the old order must die, and the new order will be reborn.
In a historic moment, we have in this past year made great progress. We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
Now's a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it.
The solar eclipse represents rebirth, which is what the central theme for this year's halftime show was. They had Usher wearing a phoenix pin on his outfit, which also represents a rebirth, while performing on the celestial sun, which is another symbol of rebirth. The sun then darkens, which indicates a solar eclipse, which is another symbol of rebirth. If you saw my video breaking down the halftime ritual, you would know that I made it clear the entire performance was an announcement of the coming new world. They were letting us know the time is coming, and they were showing us through symbolism. Before they show Usher on the celestial sun, they showed them on a ticking clock, which is a symbol of a pending doom. After the clock, we see he's on the celestial sun that turns dark. We must remember that the occult has always deeply cherished solar eclipse. They see it as a sacred day they perform their rituals on. The death and rebirth of the spiritual and physical order of life in itself is a ritual. The fact that Hollywood has been using heavy end times imagery since last year, it aligns with the concept of them preparing for the rebirth ritual they would use to bring in the New World Order. They knew this eclipse would take place on this date, and it appears that they have given this date much significance. While I don't think or know if anything physically would happen on April 8th, I do believe something spiritually will. It seems that they have been preparing for this total solar eclipse to mark this rebirth, signs that they have been showing us for a very long time. In fact, David Bowie's video Black Star is about the new world approaching, and the video starts with a total solar eclipse. Occultists have been pointing at this celestial event as the marker of their new world. The pagans believed the eclipse was a symbol of a pending doom and the rebirth of the planet. These occultists are modern pagans and are using it for the same purpose. While I am not saying anything will happen on April 8th, I am saying that I see all the same signs everyone with their eyes open can see. Something odd is definitely going on, and we're all going to witness it. I believe all the end times imagery they have been recently using ties in with all of this. The fact that we have been seeing people embody the Antichrist spirit, those like Kanye and Kendrick Lamar, presenting themselves like false Christ, and also the fact that these celebrities have been using 4 horsemen apocalypse imagery tells me a lot as well. I believe it all connects to this April 8th total solar eclipse, and it appears that they have symbolically chosen this eclipse to represent their rebirth. While the world might not see its effects immediately, eventually it will become apparent. Now, I will say, it has never been a better time for you to seek God and repent, as it appears the fateful hour is approaching. Well, that's it for this one, but before you guys go, I just wanted to ask you guys to like, comment, and share this video so that it would be recommended to others. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you.
See the vibes. We're gonna get back to you. Alright, we're gonna get back to you.